Us, and I'm sure a lot of you guys, are fans of the creature collecting genre, with awesome games like Pokemon Legends Arceus, as well as Monster Hunter Stories 2, being two of the latest biggest hits. We all know that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be releasing very soon, but back in 2019, there was a game that was revealed that is looking to give its own spin on the creature collecting genre. So in today's video, we're going to be going over DokeV, at least I think that's how you say it, and going through some of the details that you definitely need to know. We think that it's actually really cool that we have all of these options for creature collecting games now, because building a team of creatures in a game and then battling with them is pretty awesome. I remember getting my first Pokemon game, which was Pokemon Blue for me. What was your first Pokemon game? I will say though, Pokemon Gold I think was definitely my favorite. So if you do enjoy these kind of videos, definitely click like down below to show support, and subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out on the next game update. So let's get into it. DokeV is an open world action creature collecting game, and it was actually revealed as an MMO, but the developers have reduced the scope of the game to keep it more focused and allow them to create a better gameplay loop around the action-adventure aspect of the game. It currently doesn't have a release date, but it has been in development for a while, and the last update said the game development is progressing well. As for the platform, DokeV will be releasing on both consoles and PC, and some people are actually speculating that the game will even be free to play due to the ongoing support the publisher Pearl Abyss has committed to. And here's something really cool. We know that DokeV will be using Pearl Abyss's brand new next generation game engine called the Black Space Engine. It's the same engine being used for their other games such as Crimson Desert, and the developers have said it will allow them to have the game be heavily physics based. In a video released by the studio, we can actually see them demonstrate the physics in the game along with the time of day. It's definitely going to be incredibly interesting to see how all of this factors into the gameplay and how capable the engine itself is. To be honest, the game is looking quite good already from a visual standpoint, so I'm definitely excited to hear more about this engine and see how the game actually plays on it. So the game itself is of course a creature collecting game. That will be the central focus point and draw of the game, so let's have a quick go over what the creatures in DokeV are and how we actually interact with them. The creatures are called DokeB, and the developers have confirmed in an interview that rather than capture them like in Pokemon, players will have to befriend them. DokeB are actually born from unresolved dreams and ambitions. This concept will be used to explore unique gameplay experiences within the game, and just like Pokemon, the developers have confirmed that DokeB will grow in strength over time. Interestingly though, befriending them all actually won't be too easy because some of them have special conditions. We know from an interview as well that the founder of Pearl Abyss said that the story of the game will revolve around freeing the DokeB. Here is a description from the founder about the main scenario plot of the game. To give you a taste of the story, DokeV takes place in a world where artificial intelligent technologies are highly developed. There is an establishment called the Company, which produces android robots using artificial intelligence. However, the main character sees this corporation as more of an antagonist, as the android robot technology that comes from the corporation are capturing DokeBs to feed them into AI chips. The main character, who discovers the truth about the disappearance of these DokeBs due to the actions of this company, which uses them for their experiments, plays a role against the company by freeing the DokeBs from the robots. The story isn't groundbreaking, but it's a solid base for this kind of game, so we can't complain. Although the game won't be an MMO anymore because the developers wanted to create more of a bespoke action-adventure experience, the game will have some multiplayer elements that allows players to team up to defeat bosses. Here's what they have to say when it comes to the scope of the multiplayer for the game. We have evolved the project, which is no longer an MMO, but an action-adventure game of collecting creatures in an open world. We thought about where the game should go and decided that our goals for the game would best be served in an open world action-adventure game. So now the game will take place in an open world that accommodates different styles of play. There will be content to discover solo, especially via the main scenario, but also cooperative multiplayer elements to do with other players. If the player wishes, he can face a boss together with other players. There is also competitive components in the game, along with the multiplayer elements. Our guideline is to always think about the best way to design them to make them as fun as possible. We'll share more information about this in the future. We think it's really cool that the game will actually retain some of the multiplayer aspects, as one thing we personally enjoy in Monster Hunter Stories 2 was the cooperative content and the multiplayer side of it. The developers haven't confirmed anything about PvP, but have said that there are ideas on the table. Here are some things that we've learnt about the gameplay though. The trailer demo takes place in the first seaport town called Beluga, and this is going to be one of many play spaces in which players can access, so it's kind of crazy as it already looks pretty big for this one area. Because the world is so big, the player will get access to a wide variety of different traversal options. Some of the examples we've seen within the trailer include a mini car and roller skates. Unlike in Pokemon games, but similar to Monster Hunter Stories 2, players will be able to battle alongside their DokeVs using crazy weapons like the Bang Hammer. We don't quite know when we're going to get a release date yet, because even though the development for the game is going super well, Polar Bears are actually prioritizing Crimson Desert for release first, as they have said in a recent investor call with shareholders when asked about the upcoming titles. DokeV has been accelerating its development since its reveal last year. However, for business purposes, the Crimson Desert public is currently prioritized. So tell us what you think of this game down in the comments below. If you are a creature collecting fan, do you think it looks good or not? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And do click like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next update for when we hear more about this game. And there's 2 more videos on screen now that we think you might really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you found this one interesting, you should definitely check out these ones too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.